How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a transgender high school track star who completely dominated, completely crushed all the other biological women in a long jump by not one, not two, not three, but 8 feet. 8 feet. This person defeated the women in the long jump. Now, I have a question for anyone who might be an ally of the LGBTQ, LMNOP, X, Y, and Z community. I have a question. Is this fair? Is it fair? Now, listen, before I get into that video and the interview with the transgender athlete, before I get into it, I just want to say one thing. I'm not against people for being whoever they want to be. Hey, you are a fully grown man, but you identify as a newborn Pokemon right in the shell, right after you get captured. That's totally fine. But when you begin to intrude upon the rights and privileges of others, now I got a problem. Let the biological women compete amongst themselves and let the biological men compete amongst themselves. You want to have a squeaky voice and wear your hair long and wear high heels or whatnot, that's your personal business. But at the end of the day, a male is a male and a female is a female scientifically. Now, before I go any further, let's get into the actual video. I will link to the original video in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it. The crowd gasping, that's just wrong. And this, of course, hey, before I even say where it is, y'all already know where this is. Y'all know it's in the USA, but I'm talking about the specific place in the USA because some states, some cities, some counties are much different than others, okay? And if you didn't know already, this is California. Where else, right? Where else are you going to have a transgender high schooler crush the competition by 8 feet in a long jump? Not because this person is so much better, so much more skilled, so much more talented. No, it's because this is a biological male competing against biological females. It's not right. It's not fair. The crowd right there said it. That's not right. Let's keep on going because there's an interview with this person who is named A.B. Hernandez.
Hernandez of Jurupa Valley High School. Amazing 3 wins today. What was the
SMR, long, triple, and then I have high later.
And you still got the high jump. Amazing performances so far. How are you feeling just about how the day went today at the Ontario Relays?
Very excited. I don't know. I did not, after long, I was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to do as good as triple, but I'm glad that I performed pretty well, and I'm just excited.
What do you think really clicked today in the triple jump?
I don't know. I was just.
Hey, what you mean? What clicked? Those XY chromosomes clicked. That's what happened. That male athleticism, them quick twitch muscles, all of that clicked. Yeah, that's what clicked. I mean, come on. This dude's height looking like you about 6'4" or something. A basketball player out there. Come on, man. That's what clicked. His biology, nature, science, God clicked.
I think I was really nervous. I was so nervous. Like, just jump good, please. After coming off of the big win at Arcadia, I was like, you can't just go out of nowhere. Like, you have to do good. So I'm just glad that I performed pretty well today.
And then coming off of last year, you had such an amazing season. Now, as a junior, I believe, like, how are you using all that momentum and just all that energy to try to put into a great year this year?
I just keep telling myself, you are number one, and it's yours to lose. So if you lose it, it's fine, but just keep that drive to get it back.
Now, who thinks that this biological male is going to lose against biological females? The only way that he would lose is if he was competing against other biological males. That's the only way. And that's probably why he is over here competing with the women. It's because he would not do very well against the men. That's what it's all about. And you know what? This is why I say you never see transgender transgender men. It's so confusing. You never see biological women who now identify as men compete against men in sports at all. Why? Because they don't have an advantage. But you always see biological men who now identify as women competing against women because they have a biological advantage.
Then I'm curious too, just how has the training been going at the beginning of the season? It seems that it's definitely working right as you performed well at the Winter Championships. Now a great performance here today in the triple jump. How has training been?
Training's been pretty hard. Light days. In the beginning of the week, it's pretty hard, and then we get lighter as the day goes on to prepare for the meet. And then once meet time comes, we'll just go all out.
And then getting the win in SMR with your team. I know you're usually always individual when it's just you on the runway getting into the pit, but being able to get a win with your team, how much does that mean to you?
Means a lot. I mean, my team, we were out there, but we were like nervous, and we're like, come on, like we just gotta like just lock in, just run your run, and whatever happens, happens.
I mean, seriously, like, what is there to actually train for? What is there to train for? Like, all you gotta do is just go out there and let your biology speak for itself.
Then lastly, speaking on the 40-foot, jumping that in the triple, keeping that consistency with that, hitting that 40-foot mark, what's just your expectations for the rest of the year?
Expectations just to
continue to dominate because I'm a man competing against women. That's why I'm gonna keep on coming in first. The margin of victory was 8 feet.
keep my phases longer, push more, work out more, get further, hopefully hit a 41 this year if it's possible, preferably at state so that I can possibly win, but just keep pushing myself harder.
Yeah, absolutely. Peak at the right time.
Yeah.
You know. Congratulations, AB, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a crazy interview, man, because you have to address the elephant in the room, which is this person's biology. But I guess you can't do that in California. You might get locked up. Hey, in Gavin Newsom's Rome, whatever you want to call it, he might send you to the penitentiary to make big rocks to little if you ask a question about this person's gender identity. That's got to be the elephant in the room. This is why, as I close, Trump had that executive order that says, look, we cannot have biological men compete in women's sports. And if you want to do it, well, bye-bye federal funding. If California wants to keep doing this, then no federal funding. That's the way it should be. It's about being fair. It's about being honest. It's about safety of the women. Because, again, you don't see women who now identify as men going into men's spaces. It's always the other way around. And some are going to say, well, look, ABL, these transgender. Somebody going to tell me that they know a transgender and this person is harmless. Okay, that's fantastic for your transgender person that you know. Meanwhile, we have case after case after case of men identifying as women, quote unquote, to go into women's locker rooms, women's restrooms, to attack women and girls. We have documented cases of men identifying as women to compete against women and dominate. We saw it in swimming, Leah Thomas. This person right here, AB Hernandez, it's the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And at a certain point, we got to recognize it as a pattern and as problematic rather than trying to make excuses for it. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this individual, AB Hernandez, shattering all the other women's long jump distances by 8 feet? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where